Apple announces record iPhone 6s sales over opening weekend. Google announces a plan to bring free Wi-Fi to India's rail system. NASA thinks it's found liquid water on Mars, and more. It's Monday, September 28th, and this is Crunch Report. So Apple has some official numbers on sales of the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus. 13 million devices sold its first weekend, which is a record for Apple. Apple sold 10 million units last year and 9 million units back in 2013. Now, what helped boost the numbers this time around was China sales being included since day one. Last year, those numbers came out a couple weeks into the release, changed the numbers a bit. But in 2013, the iPhone 5S and 5C were available on China on launch day. So in terms of those numbers, it's still a record compared to 2 years ago. Apple sold 3,000 phones per minute, or 50 devices per second, if you want to think of it that way. Very impressive, although the company did not break out sales numbers under the new iPhone upgrade program. That's the 24-month payment plan with an option to upgrade for a new iPhone every year that starts at $32 for the lowest iPhone 6s model. That's attractive pricing for a lot of people, one would think. Apple will also open up sales of the new iPhones to 40 additional countries starting on October 9th, with Italy, Mexico, Russia, Spain, and Taiwan among them, with 130 countries total by the end of the year. Yesterday, Google CEO Sundar Pichai shared a plan to bring free Wi-Fi to India's rail system. India's rail system is huge. It carries 10 million passengers per day. Currently, about 1 billion Indian residents still don't have internet access at all, so this could open things up considerably. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Google's U.S. headquarters over the weekend, promoting his Digital India initiative, along with this new project to provide Google's high-speed public Wi-Fi in 400 train stations across India by working with Indian Railways and RailTel. Google says the service will be free to start, but hasn't given a timeline about when charging would start or what pricing might look like at that point. Now for completely different Google news altogether. Yesterday, the company announced a bigger push into targeting, Facebook-like targeting, with a new product called Customer Match that lets advertisers upload lists of emails that they have and match them to signed-in Google users on Gmail, Google Search, and YouTube, and then build campaigns around them based on what people are interested in. For example, a travel brand could upload the names of people in its rewards program and then serve ads whenever they're searching Google for a relevant term, those customers. That extends to YouTube ads and, of course, checking Gmail as well. Meanwhile, on the Facebook front, the social giant is doing something kind of similar to what Twitter's been experimenting on with Nielsen. It's a new metric and ad buying option to let advertisers link what they're spending on TV to what they're spending on Facebook for a better overall picture. There are lots of ways to pay with your phone these days. Apple Pay, Android Pay, Samsung Pay now in the US. All are making it easier to pay for things without having to swipe a credit card. And now with the US's transition to EMV are those new secure chip-based cards, more secure anyway, many businesses now have to upgrade their hardware to accept them. PayPal wants to get on this transition with the PayPal Here chip card reader in the US, which supports EMV but also supports magnetic stripe cards and NFC. That's what Apple Pay, Android Pay, and Samsung Pay all use, NFC. It's good timing because of October 1st, businesses will take on an EMV liability shift. That means if you're a merchant and you don't accept chip cards, you become liable for point-of-sale fraud. Merchants do not want that. PayPal already offers its chip card reader in the UK and Australia, where EMV is already a standard. US lagged a little bit. In the US, the device goes on sale September 30th for $49 for customers who process at least $3,000 in the first 3 months. Otherwise, it's $149, maybe for a smaller business that might run fewer transactions. There is no monthly fee, but PayPal will charge businesses 2.7% per swipe, which is slightly less than Square's standard 2.75% fee per swipe with its own card reader. In a Mars-related press conference this morning, which was very exciting, NASA had quite the announcement that under certain circumstances, liquid water has been found on the planet. Now, scientists already knew that H2O exists on Mars in the form of ice, but previously thought that the atmosphere of the planet was too thin for liquid water to be possible at all. A spectroscopy technique, whatever that is, analyzed the chemical composition of dark streaks that had been previously observed on the Martian surface, which appear to vary due to temperature changes on the surface. and they hypothesized that that substance was probably water. NASA landed its Curiosity rover on Mars back in August of 2012, which has been exploring the surface ever since. And NASA has extended what was originally slated as a 2-year mission back at the end of 2012, because they're feeling good about it. Its Opportunity rover, which landed on the Martian surface back in 2004, is still active as well, currently surveying a portion of the surface called Marathon Valley. The viability of life to exist in this water is not clear at this stage, NASA says, although the presence of liquid water itself gives a big boost to that search. And that is the report for today. I'm Sarah Lane. Crunch Report airs Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on TechCrunch.com. Thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow.